Hello everyone, this is Samba Shiva. Today's session, we're going to talk about the basics about ERP and SAP. So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. It is a term used to identify all the software products that are used for automation of the business process or business activities in a connected way. Just like the activities are carried out in the real world without a software product manually, every activity connected to each other. Similarly, the software product which is used for carrying out optimizing the business activities in a connected way is what is called as ERP. Now, this term was first coined by the company Gartner in 1990. Gartner is an analysis company for the computer industry, and they carry out a lot of research and analysis activities for the computer industry. They do periodic reviews and so on and so forth. So in the late 1980s, they were working on analyzing the impact of computerization on companies. And during that research, they found that there are certain products which were used for planning the utilization of resources in an enterprise or for optimizing the business activities. Now, since we cannot call all the software products as a ERP product because they need to have certain characteristics, similarly, Gartner identified about 11 different characteristics that need to be there in a software product so that it can be called as a ERP product. Out of which the three core characteristics for a software product to be called as a ERP product are cross-module or multi-process functionality, real-time data processing, and database utilization. Now, the first one talks about the ability of the product to handle different processes across different streams. That is, all the activities which the company wants to automate or optimize. The software product should be capable of handling all those activities in any process. Real-time data processing talks about the ability of the product to ensure the users are able to carry out activities as and when required, just like they do it in the real time. Okay. Database utilization talks about the ability of the product to store and retrieve the data as and when required so that it enables the users to carry out activities in real time. Okay, so an ERP product can be defined as a product which has a database which can store and retrieve data to ensure that users can carry out all the processing, all the activities in real time as and when required. And these processes, these activities are for multiple processes in the company. Okay, so based on these characteristics, Gartner identified about 196 products that are available in the market as of now, out of which some of the common ones are SAP, Oracle Apps, MS Dynamics, Epicor, Sage, Infor, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Baan. These are products which are developed by specific companies and can be used in any type of company, right? So apart from these, there are products which are developed for single user applications that can be used by a single user. There are also products which are designed to work only online or free to use. So lots of different types of products are there in this 196 plus. So for the full list, you can go to Wikipedia and check out the article on ERP Enterprise Resource Planning. Within that article, you have a link to the list of the ERP products. Okay. Now, enterprise, to understand better what ERP is actually used for, enterprise can be defined as a group of people working to achieve a common objective using a specified set of resources, and these activities are carried out on a repetitive nature. Okay, that is, once the activity is completed, once the objective is achieved, the activity is not stopped. It is again a reset to achieve the objective over and over and over again. So that type of the repetitive achieving of the objective by a group of people using a specified set of resources is what can be called as an enterprise. It can also be called as a company, an organization, or firm, or business, or industry. Now, the reason why we have so many terms is basically to identify the nature of business, the number of people working, the set of activities, lots of different criteria. Resource can be defined as a set of elements which are required to achieve the objective. So all the manpower, money, material, and machinery, these are the four types of resources. So these resources are what we call as, these elements are what we call as resources. Okay. Planning is the process of optimizing the utilization of these resources to best achieve the objective. Planning is not the same as process. Anytime that you want to achieve an objective or goal, the set of activities which are to be carried out in a specified manner are what we call as a process or a procedure. Now, for that, you require a specified set of resources. Now, when you specify, when you create a company, when you define the objective, you also define the ratio of these resources that are required to carry out or achieve that objective. Now, without that ratio of resources, usually activities cannot be properly carried out. However, in the real world, in any type of an enterprise, resources are not always available as required, right? So when the resources are not there in the proper ratio, how best to achieve that objective is what planning is all about. How do we achieve that objective by utilizing to the optimum extent the available resources is what planning is all about. Now, this planning can be carried out either manually or automated. The automated planning for optimum utilization of resources is what we carry out using the ERP products. Okay, so this is what ERP, the introduction to ERP is all about. Now, the next topic would be introduction to SAP. SAP is, as indicated earlier, the best ERP product. It was first developed in 1972 in Germany by 5 ex-employees of IBM. Now, the first product they released was called SAP R1, which was released in 1972, in which SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products for data processing. R stands for real-time data processing, and 1 stands for one-tier architecture. Now, the reason why they named the product as Systems, Applications, and Products is to indicate that this product was developed to be used in multiple types of computer systems. Now, this was made necessary because the products which were available till that time, there were a few there were a few software products which were available even before SAP was developed, which could be used for automation of business processes. But these products were basically designed for only a specific process and could be used in specific types of computer systems. So a product which was developed to work in a specific type of computer system could not be used for any other computer system. Okay, but SAP was the first product, one of the first products to be developed, which could be used in any type of computer system. So to indicate that, the name systems was used. Applications, like I was just saying, the products which were available till that time, most of them were designed to handle only a specific process. So the applicability was very little. But this SAP R1 product was the first one to allow the optimization or the automation of multiple processes in the same system. So the applicability was multiple. That's what the applications stands for. Products was used to indicate that SAP not only develops this particular product, it also had other products that could be used along with this product. And also, this product can connect to any other software product or hardware product for further processing or further use. And all this was designed for basically carrying out data processing activities in the company. Okay. Real-time data processing, like I indicated earlier, the characteristics of ERP. Real-time data processing identifies the capability of the product to handle or to allow users to carry out activities as and when required. Okay. One-tier architecture basically talks about the ability of the product to interpret and execute the commands entered by the user. This we will look into later on course of the during the course of your syllabus. The next product they developed was called SAP R2, which was released in 1979. The next product was slightly different from the earlier products, and it was named as SAP R3 EE 1.0. Now the R2 product, again in the R2 product, SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products. R stands for Real-Time Data Processing. 2 stands for Two-Tier Architecture. Right? SAP R3 EE 1.0, in this SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products. Real-Time Data Processing, Three-Tier Architecture, and EE stands for Enterprise Edition. And this is considered as the first standardized product released by SAP. Now, what do we mean by this standardized product? It means the product was developed with features common to multiple companies. What it also means is the R1 and R2 products, which were released and installed till 1991, were basically developed and installed for each company, each client separately. So the copy which was developed, the application which was developed for one client could not be used for any other client. So for each client, SAP was developing the product from scratch and installing it individually. Now, why did they think about developing the product only in 1990? Was because in 1990, a global phenomenon called globalization happened, wherein companies started operating throughout the world. So today, what we see today as the business activities, anybody can sit anywhere in the world and order a product from anywhere else in the world. So that type of activity, that type of business process started during 1990. So since there were lots of companies that started operating globally from a single location, they also needed a product which could be utilized anywhere in the world. So that's the reason why SAP developed this product with features common to multiple industries and released it in 1992. The initial product, the EE 1.0, was developed with only 5 core components, which were MM, SD, FICO, HR, and APAP. Okay, so these were the core components available at the time, programming and networking together. But as and when SAP started installing the product in companies throughout the world, companies also started requiring more features, more components, compatibility with other products, and so on and so forth. So SAP started improving on this product by making improvements to the product. So from 1.0 it went to 1.1, 1.2, so on and so forth until the EE 4.5 product was released in 1998. Some analysts say that between 92 to 98, SAP released close to 30 different versions of this product. Each version improving on the previous one, adding more features, more components, more modules, compatibility with other products, compatibility with other databases, user interfaces, more fields like this. So each one was a better version of the previous one. So 4.5 was a more stable version. But still, SAP started improving on it and released the 4.6C version in 2001. And this product was so popular that even today, even after 17 years of its release, we still have clients using 4.6 and even a few clients still using 4.5. So, as you can understand, 4.6C can be said as most stable version of the product which was developed till that time by SAP. But this product still had a slight issue in the sense that this product was basically a LAN product. There was no remote connectivity to this product. After 2000, people and companies started using internet and mobiles a lot, and they wanted remote connectivity to most of the activities. So likewise, they also wanted remote connectivity to this product. So SIB started working on improving the product to have remote connectivity, and they released the EE 4.7 version in 2003 with only a few features available on remote connectivity. The first full-fledged remote-capable product which was developed and released by SAP was called as the SAP R3 ECC 5.0, which was released in 2004. The next product was called as SAP R3 ECC 6.0, which was released in 2005-2006. And this is the product that we are still using, and that is the one that we are going to learn. So in this again, SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products, Real-Time Data Processing, Three-Tier Architecture. ECC stands for Enterprise Central Component. 6.0 is the version number. Now you may have a slight query, a slight question. Earlier I did say that between 92 to 98, in order to improve the product, in order to add the features or the process, SAP released close to 30 different versions of the product, each one improving on the previous one. But the ECC 6.0 product was released in 2005-2006 and we're still using the same version. Now, how is it still possible that we are still continuing with the same version even though there have been some changes in the business activities which may not have been foreseen in 2005-2006? So how does this product still be capable of handling all those changes without basically changing the product? So for that, what SAP is doing is, instead of releasing a new version, since most of the processes have standard processes by now built into it, SAP, instead of changing the product and changing the version, it is adding or updating this version using the enhancement packages. So enhancement packages are like patches which will add a specific feature or enhancement of a feature which is already there in the product. Now, this product was developed after a lot of research and lot of analysis of different companies which have been using SAP till that time. So by 2002, SAP was in use for 30 years and it was being used, it is still being used in a lot of different industries, almost all the different types of industries that are available in the world, right? So SAP did a thorough research, SAP company did a thorough research of the different processes that are being carried out, the different features which are required, and developed this product as a standard product which could be used as a starting point with features, with almost all the features that are required in any company, in any industry, right? Obviously, we still need to configure, we still need to customize it. That is there for every installation. But the point is, this product was developed with features common to any type of company in any industry. So the chances of the product not having a feature was very less. So wherever there was a improvement in the business process or a new business process was added or modified, SAP company is using the enhancement package version or route to add those changes, add that process into the product. So till date, from 2010 till now, sorry, 2008 till now, there have been 8 enhancement packages released. The eighth one was released last year, that is 2017, around April, May. Okay, each of these packages add a specific. There is one or two major changes that have been done to the product, and there have been lots of minor changes. For example, in EHP6, there have been business process changes for SD and FI, that is sales and finance processes for a couple of industries. And in EHP7, the HANA database capability was added to the product. And in EHP8, the cloud technology capability was added to the product. Apart from these things, these are the major things. Apart from this, there were a few design changes, the user interface changes. So like this, there were some minor changes also that were done to the product to ensure that the look and feel of the product is as good as the process. Okay, so this is a little bit history about the product development over the years. Now the product that we're going to use, let's talk a little bit more on this product, understand what type of divisions it has, what type of major components it has. So the SAP R3 ECC 6.0 product has 23 major components which are divided into 3 divisions: functional, technical, and administration. Now the functional division is used for handling all the business process related components. So here we have components like MM, SP, PP, WM, PM, QM, PS, CS, FICO, HR, and other such components which are used directly for carrying out business activities. The technical division is where all the programming related components are maintained. So that here we have components like ABAP, PI, PO, PI, XI, you have Fiori, you have UI, etc. The administration division is used for handling the systems, administration, networking, and database. The systems and networking part in SAP is handled in a single component called basis. Okay. Database, when it comes to the database, this particular product has been developed to be compatible with any kind of database. So here databases, we're talking about databases like Oracle, DB2, OpenDB, Sybase, SQL Server, MS Access, Teradata. Even MS Access can also be used along with this product. Okay. So, but as you can understand, these databases are all external databases. That is, they are developed and managed by companies other than SAP. So in order for this product to be linked with any of these databases, this product database administrator has to learn the SAP product, or one of the technical consultants have to learn the database administration activities. That means there is a dependence. So in order to cut down on that dependence, SAP started developing its own database a long time back. Because of certain other issues and a lot of other technicalities, they did not want to develop a product similar to something which is already existing. They did not want to develop the database along the lines of the databases which are already there. They wanted to improve on that functionality which is already there in the database. So they took their own time and developed the HANA database, which is completely different from the current databases. Now, to briefly explain how the HANA database functions, the traditional databases like Oracle, DB2, OpenDB, Sybase, these all store the data in multiple tables which are designed to store the data in the hard disk of the computer system. So that means the traditional databases will store the data in multiple tables, which means the hard disk, that is your database storage capability, must be huge. Okay, it stores very little data in your temporary memory. However, HANA works on the other way, where the majority of the data used for transactions are stored in the temporary data, your temporary memory, which is called as the RAM, RAM, random access memory. So, because of the use of this type of data from the temporary memory, the data, since it is readily available, transactions are tremendously fast using the HANA database. Now, does it not have tables? Yes, it does have tables where it stores the data, but the number of tables when you compare with the traditional databases is very, very less when you take the HANA database. Anyway, that's about the database. So coming back to the core product, the SAP R3 ECC 6.0. So these are the three divisions: functional, technical, and administration. Now these functional components are used for carrying out activities of a specific nature. Each of the components have a specific type of activities to be carried out. So we look at some of these components. stands for materials management and is used for handling all the activities related to using a material or a service in the company. SD stands for sales and distribution. This particular product is used for handling all the customer related sales and the product distribution network. So you have all the activities related to sales, marketing, distribution, where your transportation, everything is handled in the SD part. PP, as you can understand, is production planning, all the activities related to manufacturing, your machinery planning, production scheduling, routing, bill of material, production orders, all these are in your production planning process. WM, warehouse management. The warehouse management is basically used to handle all the activities related to warehouse, which is different from inventory management. Plant maintenance, it is used for automation of the machinery maintenance schedules. So in a manufacturing company, which is using a lot of machines, tools, and equipment, there is periodic maintenance of these equipment and machines. Now, when the production activities are automated, the production schedules should ensure the machines which are uh, you know, shut down for maintenance are not used for any production activities during that time period. So EM component will be used for automating that maintenance schedule so that when the production schedule is set up, system can automatically ensure that those dates for maintenance are not used for production for manufacturing purposes, right? QM, quality management, used for handling all the quality related aspects. ES is project systems, those companies that carry out activities in different projects, project base, particularly the infrastructure companies, real estate companies, they use the project systems to group different activities of a specific nature together. CS customer service, every company requires this component to ensure that they provide the best possible customer experience. FICO, finance and controlling, used for your basic accounts and cost center accounting. HR, all the human resource activities. So these are some of the major components in functional. The other products developed by SAP, there are definitely other products which are developed by SAP. Since any company cannot just depend on just basically one product. So these other products developed by SAP are broadly divided into two types or two categories: new age, new dimension products and industry specific software. Now, the new age, new dimension products include products like BIBW, BPC, PLM, CRM, SRM, APO, SEM, and other such products. If you look at these products, you will realize that some of these products, in fact, most of these products, they're already handled in one of the core components. For example, if you talk about CRM, customer relationship management. Now, why does a company require a customer? Basically, to sell the material or the service which it provides, right? So, customer, since they are used for sales, customer management is already there in the SD component, right? But the customer management in SD is limited to what is the customer purchasing from the company and how is the customer paying to the company. That's all the information which is required for handling a customer in SD. But there are companies which require to maintain a lot of other data about a customer and do a lot of other things related to customer uh, experience and retaining the customer. So for those types of companies, SAP developed the CRM product. Similarly, SRM stands for Supplier Relationship Management. Supplier is another term for a vendor, right? And we use a supplier to purchase the material or get the services required for carrying out business activities. So that means supplier is actually a part of the MM component. Now in MM, like in SD, about customer, the vendor management in MM is limited to what is the vendor supplying to the company and how is he paying, how is the company paying to the vendor, because there's not much else which is required in MM relating to the vendor. So for those companies that require more options for vendor management, SAP developed the SRM product. So in this sense, these products were developed to enhance a feature which is already there in the core component, one of the core components. But these are not enhancements of the component itself, because these components, they deal with an entire process. If there is any change in the entire process, then this component itself will be updated, but there will not be a new product released. But since these are enhancements of a process in the product, in the component, they require a specific product. So you understand the difference, I hope. So similarly, these other products are also developed to enhance a feature already available in one of the core components. Okay. The other set of products developed by SAP are the industry-specific software. Like I told you earlier, SAP is a product. This is a product which was developed to be used in any type of company in any industry. But since there are certain industries, specifically like banking, retail, real estate, oil and gas, and other such industries where processes are slightly different from other industries, right? So in order for these companies to use SAP directly, since the processes are some of the processes are different, the consulting company has to first understand what are the activities different from the standard activities, sit with the client to understand those new processes, do the programming to add those processes in the product, and then help ask the client to test them to ensure that they have done the proper job. Now, all these activities take a lot of time, effort from the client and the consulting company. Now, clients are basically, they have employees to work on their business processes, but not for sharing or spending time with the consulting company to explain the process and test the product, right? So for that reason, what SAP has done is they have studied those industries where processes are different or which require some additional processes, and they develop this software to include those specific processes which are not available as a basic feature in the core component. Okay, so now when I want to install SAP or use SAP in any of these industries where processes are different, all I need to do is take the basic product, the ECC 6.0, add the industry specific software, the IS product, and voila, we have a product which is tailor made to be used in that company with not only the core processes, the basic processes, but processes which are specific to that industry already available in this product. That will help SAP to get into industries which were not able to use SAP earlier. Now, that's also one reason why SAP called this product as the core component, because this becomes like the hub. This product was designed to be like the hub around which all the other products developed by SAP is going to be linked and used by the company. So in order for any company to use either the new age or new dimension products or the industry specific software, they need to have the basic product, without which they cannot use any of these products directly. All right. So this is a little bit about the introduction to ERP and SAP. In the next session, we're going to look at the other aspects of the introduction part. Thanks for listening, and you have a wonderful day.